Mr. Speaker, I am pleased to yield the remainder of our time to the gentleman from Pennsylvania, Admiral Sestak.
Gentleman from Pennsylvania is recognized for 3 minutes.
Thank you. As this essential debate begins today, I'm quite honored to be asked to make opening remarks at its beginning. I served in our military for over 3 decades, entering during the Vietnam War, and serving under Presidents Nixon, Ford, Carter, Reagan, Bush, Clinton, and our Commander-in-Chief today, President Bush. I had the honor of leading men and women in harm's way, the highest honor that our nation can give to anyone. Most recently in combat over Afghanistan and Iraq, where I commanded an aircraft carrier battle group of 30 ships and 15,000 sailors and Marines. Having worn the cloth of this nation so long, I know the duty of choice that the citizens of this great country have about the future course of this war in Iraq is not an unpatriotic one, nor is what anyone will say in the next few days unpatriotic. If my 31 years in the military taught me anything, it was that we serve in this all-volunteer military to defend Americans' freedom to think as they please and to say what they think, even if they disagree with their leaders. A democracy is based on freedom of expression, and those who join the military do so to fight, if necessary, for wars which defend that freedom, hoping that our use will be to a wise end. And that is what concerns me about Iraq. The continuing use of our national treasure in what is an inconclusive, open-ended involvement within a country where the long-term benefits do not match what we need to reap. It is why I am opposed to a troop surge that doubles down on a bad military bet that has been tried already. We need to apply our resources elsewhere in the world, where terrorists come from, including Osama bin Laden, who is still on the loose, or where emerging nations such as in the Western Pacific have growing political and economic interest, and therefore influence that may challenge ours. I do not think that my extensive military experience alone gives me license to disagree with our strategy in Iraq, but just being an American who has closely watched and thought about the trade-off in benefits for our future prosperity, interest, and values does. Our military is a national treasure that should not be used recklessly, nor should it be hoarded like miser's gold. It is a vital resource if we are to continue to be a force for peace and prosperity, but throughout the world. And that is why I firmly believe in a planned end to our military engagement in Iraq within the next year, as the primary catalyst for change in Iraq, so their leaders are forced to accept the political and military responsibility for their country with our diplomatic and economic help and limited military support from outside Iraq but within the region is best. It is for our nation's greater security that I believe this, and why I cannot support a troop surge that strains our military readiness further, and more our overall strategic security in a war that does not serve our nation's greater interest in this world, in our future. And if I might end, I will never forget. May I have 30 seconds? Do you have 30 seconds?
His time has expired. All time.